Hello, I'm Christine, and today we are playing The Mortal Instrument versus The Infernal Devices versus The Dark Artifices. TMI versus TID versus TDA. If you're not aware, these are Cassandra Clare's book series, and they're amazing. And if you haven't read them yet, get on it. You are behind. If you're confused, read them in order of publication. So I saw Emma Books do this tag, and I watched 2 minutes of it, and I was like, pause. I want to play. I want to do this tag. So we'll go through a series of comparison questions. For each question, one of the series will win a point. And at the end, we'll see which series has the most amount of points. And that series wins the tag. Or that's how I'm looking at this today. There might be mild spoilers, but I'll let you know with a book that pops up in the corner of the screen. If you haven't read that book, mute until the book goes away. It's that simple. Favorite main character. So as far as main characters go, we've got Clary, who is not that. Tessa Gray, and of course, Emma Carstairs. Now, I mean, Clary could never win this. Clary's our most irritating Gryffindor protagonist of the bunch. So we got Tessa and Emma. I love Tessa. I think she's fantabulous, but I think this one has to go to Emma. She's a badass, she's a smartass, and she kicks ass. Emma often brings me the lulz. I'm a sucker for lulz. Favorite Herondale. Oh my god, how do I choose? I love all the Herondales. So we got Jace Herondale. This decapitated naked man is Jace. And then of course, we have Will Herondale, my everything. And then in Lady Midnight, we have Kit. And he's not really much in Lady Midnight. You see him a lot in Lord of Shadows. As much as Kit is growing on me, he's not gonna win this one. Sorry, you're cute. Jace was my first book boyfriend post Edward Cullen, but then I met Will, and I was like, whoa, I really love your grandpa. For this one, we're going with William! William's amazing. He's hilarious, and he's beautiful, and he's wounded. It's the perfect balance of wounded and reading. Jace is he's a little off kilter, you know? He's got that, you know, I'm trying to think of a jab for something Jace has done that's annoyed me, but like, I secretly really love him, and I can't. Favorite love triangle. Simon, Jace, Clary, Jem, Will, Tessa, Julian, Emma, Mark, Kieran, Christina, Diego. Cassie stepped it up a notch in TDA. She didn't give us a love triangle. She was like, love octagon, deal with it. Like, to me, this question's a little ridiculous. How could anything win over Jem, Will, Tessa? The most epic love triangle of all time. I've never read a love triangle that comes anywhere near close to touching the Infernal Devices. And this is my favorite love triangle ever in the history of the world. There are no teams because that's how good it is. That's how good this love triangle is. Ooh, best villain. First, we got Valentine. Second, Sebastian, Mortmain. And then we have, this is a spoiler, mute this stream if you haven't finished this book. And then we have Mr. Malcolm Fane and his beloved fucking Annabelle. This is a tough one. I mean, I know who I'm not gonna pick. Sebastian is not my favorite. I fucking hate his guts and want to step on him. Then we have Mortmain, who to me never seemed particularly scary or threatening. Like, I was never like, ooh, the villain. I was just like, really? You? He feels like that really angsty kid who rose up and tried to be really scary but never really could capture that villainry spirit. He never could instill that fear that like Sebastian could instill. I hate Sebastian, but like the guy's a good villain. I like me a villain that is evil, but like I can see his side. I feel for him. Sebastian, no. Stay on the floor. Mortmain, I never really liked him. Like, we didn't even need Mortmain, really. He's just side. He's just side story. Then we've got Valentine and the spoiler villains. I love Valentine. I think he's a fantastic villain. For years, I said Valentine was my favorite villain, but I really love the spoiler twins. This series hasn't wrapped up yet. We've got one more book, but oh, how it's gone so far. I've enjoyed them so much. The winner of this category is the spoiler twins. Come on up. I love just how unexpected this pair was. You really understand where Malcolm's coming from. You want to like him, you know, you really do. Even Annabelle, I wanted to like her. I still do. I still want to be like, what? I want to understand you. Best army. The Dark Army. The Clockwork Army. And for this one, I said Mananan 7? Is there an army in Lady Midnight? Let's go with the pretentious 7 Fae. They were fun. Again, is there any competition here? I mean, like, the Dark Army was fine, but no, you're not gonna win. And the pretentious 7 was fun, but like, no, you're not gonna win. The Clockwork Army was only like the coolest army ever. They can't be taken down with their Shadowhunters anti-demon stuff. They run on demon energy, but they run also on clockwork. They speak. They have speaking roles where they're just creepy, weird robots who are programmed to do certain things. Oh, it doesn't get better than that. That battle on Blackfire Bridge. Oh, it was so epic. Oh my god. Iconic. What's the score now? Is TID winning? Best first book. Oh shit. Here we have our 3 first books. I don't know if you want to count City of Fallen Angels as a first book. It's kind of a first book. Like, we are resetting the series, but it's not really our first book. I won't count it as a first book. So the best one definitely isn't City of Bones. I'm sorry. I love you. You're not the best one. That narrows it down to 2. I'm gonna have to say Lady Midnight. I love Clockwork Angel, but it's not as good as Lady Midnight, which is a masterpiece. This series thus far has been a masterpiece. I cannot wait to read Queen of Air and Darkness. I can't wait. I am so excited. I've cleared my fucking schedule. I have stuff to do, but it's not going to happen because I'm reading Queen of Air and Darkness. What was I saying? Oh, this is the best first book. But you can't read it unless you've read all the others, just so you know. Don't do it. If you're here just watching this, don't read this without reading the others. This will spoil everything and you won't get anything. You won't have any depth. There's so much depth in this book and you'll just be in the kiddie pool like, oh, I guess this is fun. I can kick the water around and laugh at some of the jokes, but like, I don't really know what's going on. You don't want that. Best female sidekick. What? Must we call these characters sidekicks? Izzy is not a sidekick! What are our choices here? Isabel Lightwood, Cecily Herondale, and Christina Rosales. Can we honestly call Cecily Herondale a female sidekick in this series? Can we? I feel like we're stretching. We're stretching for that. I mean, I feel like Charlotte is more of the female sidekick in this series. She's not gonna win. Cecily Herondale's not gonna win. They're not cool enough to win. Honestly, is anyone as cool as Isabel Lightwood? No. So this isn't a bag. The Mortal Instruments finally gets the point. It's okay, sweetie. You're on the board. You're doing great. Better setting. For settings, we're looking at the Los Angeles Institute, the London Institute, and the New York Institute. I mean, honestly, is there any contest here? Does anyone compare to London, baby? No, they don't. I'm sorry, they don't. I love the London Institute. When we go to it, I get butterflies. The Los Angeles Institute's like on the beach. Emma gets up every morning and like runs miles on the sand. I don't know if you ever tried running on the sand, but it fucking sucks. It's the worst. You don't want to. And then New York, you have to take the subway and stuff. I'm just not a fan of the subway. It's not London. Best last book. There's no TDA last book yet. There's going to be in like a second. For this one, we have Clockwork Princess, City of Glass, and City of Heavenly Fire. You know, I just spent a good couple hours making this beautiful again. And literally just by taking off Cassie's books, like the entire thing's falling apart. There's gaps everywhere! Cassie writes the best last books in the universe, so we're looking at like the best of the finale. Like Queen of Air and Darkness might be the most amazing thing yet, just because that series as a whole has been so perfection. Let's look at these. So City of Glass is amazing. City of Heavenly Fire is amazing too, but City of Glass, I think trumps City of Heavenly Fire for me. This book, the first time I read this book, I was just in like pure elation the whole time. I remember reading it on the beach and I was just giggling and like the happiest ever. What a great finale. It was so amazing. Okay, and then this one, ooh, baby. Can you really compare anything to Clockwork Princess, which is like so perfect that like it's uncomparable to anything? I want to say these are tied. They're very close to being tied. But in the end, whoa, that landed right on my pile of books. That was, wow, you should have seen it. This book is amazing! It's everything, it's just... Clockwork Princess is a masterpiece. Take a shot every time I use the word masterpiece in this video. Time for the question I added, because for some reason we just ignored the middle books, which are often the best books in the series. Best middle book. Like, we have to talk about Lord of Shadows. Got, oh man, City of Ashes is on the edge of my bookshelf. It's gonna make everything fall down. City of Ashes. We've got City of Lost Souls. And the Piece de la Resistance. Blah, blah, blah. I can talk. Clockwork Prince. Can anything compare to Clockwork Prince? Yes, Lord Lord of Shadows can. I'm in a really tight race right now. I mean, like, City of Ashes is not gonna win. City of Ashes is great, but nowhere near as good as these 3. City of Ashes was just like angst fest. I was just so confused and mad. Jace and Clary have to be together! And my favorite part of that book was the shower scene. It's not a shower scene, but like Jace gets out of the shower, he's like wearing a towel, and then Clary comes in and they're like, I know you my brother and you my sister, but like, do we really care? Are we really gonna let siblinghood stand in the way of this? It's just so much fun. I knew they're not gonna be related. Like, I don't know if you knew, but I knew. Not because I knew. Just because I knew. What was I talking about? Middle books. So I'm gonna put City of Ashes at the bottom of the middle books. Then we get City of Lost Souls. Jace chilling with his brother. That's gonna be 3rd on the scale. And then we've got these 2, okay? And like, this is one of my favorite books ever. I love Lord of Shadows. I think the book as a whole is better, maybe, than this book, which is my favorite ever. Like, this is my favorite of the trilogy. How can I do this? But like, I love Lord of Shadows. It's so good. It's so good, and I have to give the point to the Dark Artificers, because wow. This book is really beautiful and great and funny and all the things, but this is like everything I love in a book. And finally, our last category today, the best final epilogue. Now, I'm not even gonna pick up City of Glass because that final epilogue is like not the final epilogue for those characters. We're looking at City of Heavenly Fire and Clockwork Princess. Now, I think you know what I'm gonna say, but like, can anything ever compare to the epilogue for Clockwork Princess? Can it? No, it can't. It can't, because it's the best finale ever. And the best epilogue and the best trilogy of all time. Don't argue this. Scores are calculating and the winner is... What do you know? It's my favorite trilogy of all time. The Infernal Devices. If you haven't read The Infernal Devices, do it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Christine. I make videos every Tuesday. My book Again But Better is coming out May 2019. The pre-order link is in the description below.